Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So I'm going to be doing a mixed media today on a little canvas. I found this one in my room. I don't know where it came from. I'm not sure, but I have already, it's not a board canvas, it's actually a canvas. I've backed it with a little bit of gesso. It's the same size as a piece of A4 paper. That's just a tea stain piece, but to me it looks very thin and long, but it's not. So I've got some backing papers, so just the normal bits of book paper, music paper, and I've also found this lovely napkin. So this one I have been using on something else, I don't know what, but it was in my bag of napkins, or my big box of napkins. So I cut one out, I had two left. So I cut one of the little birds out and I thought I would pop it on here, so we'd have these sort of like colours today. And then I've got some watercolour pencils, I've got my aqua crayons, I have got my chalks, I've got a little bit of the oxide, peacock feather and salty ocean. So whether I'll be using that, I'm not sure. I've mixed up a little bit of, which one was it? The muted pink, which is the Liquitex acrylic ink, with a little bit of the white, because I thought that was sort of like we could add a little bit for the roses in there. So I've done that in there, just added a little bit of water in there as well. So what I'm going to do that in a minute. I'll pop that one in a minute. I'm just going to do like a sort of a bit of a background on here. So this is gessoed, and I'm just going to take a few bits of music paper and bits and just do a background. Now I popped some of my matte medium in a little yogurt pot today, so it's easy. I think I'm wasting too much by just tipping it out and squidging it on, so I thought I would just pop it in a little pot today, and we're just going to stick some bits down just like this, just to get the background going. Let's just stick these on like that. A little bit up here. Doesn't really matter where they go because I will probably gesso or something over them anyway. It's just to get a little bit of texture on the back, which I like to start off with, because then you haven't got like a little blank, sort of a blank page. Stick a little bit of this down here. Now we can actually go around the edges on these ones, so shall I do that down here? What should we go for? Shall we just go for a piece of this? Stick that down there. And then we can have a little bit up here, just so it goes off the edge. There we go. I've done a mark here, so I'm hopefully keep the canvas in shot. So there we go. That's okay. That's all I'm going to put on there, I think. Let me just move those little bits out of the way. Now I'm going to just gesso over those a little bit. So I've got my card, I've got my gesso in the lid. So I'm using the Galleria gesso. Everything I've got, I'll try and pop some links under the video, so you can have a look to see some of the things that I use. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly dry that. Okay, so there we go. Right, what I'm going to do, it's still a little bit wet, just going to pop my little birds on there. And then I need a pencil. Where's my pencil? I'm just going to do a quick sort of like little mark so I know where that's going to sort of go. So I'm not going to put too much paint in this bit. So what shall we do? Shall we add a little bit? I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of my pastels. Not what they're, chalk pastels, aren't they? Just pop these just so it sort of like goes in there with my little water brush. Don't really have too much of a plan for this one. Just a nice little play today. Again, I think I'll have to go round to the edge. Let's just add a little bit. Just down here. There we go. A little bit down the bottom so I don't forget the edges. Okay, perfect. Okay, don't want it too dark. Bit of water in there. Blend it better with my finger, I think, than the brush. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go in with a bit of this lovely pink on here, because this is sort of like the same sort of pink that's in the flowers. So I just made it all nice and grubby with my dirty finger. We can go over that again, can't we? Probably pop. Maybe we shall use a little bit of this in here. Okay. Lovely. Okay, this will go on here like that. Then we can blend these bits in. Did I have it there or did I have it a little bit higher? Lovely. Right, I'm going to go straight in with a little bit of brown. A little bit of brown ink. Oops, if I can open it up. Just a little bit down here. Just get a brush. around the edge. You can see here where it's got the canvas underneath, and then I just put the gesso over the top. It gives it like that lovely grungy sort of feel to it, doesn't it? Like a peely painty sort of look, which is nice. I'm going to add a little bit of brown chalk on here. So really it's just sort of like getting the background done, isn't it? Let's do a little bit over this side. I think I might have to go over some of this with a little bit of matte medium so it doesn't come off, so it seals it a little bit better. Okay, that's a little bit better, but I think I still need a little bit of pinkiness up here, I think. Let me wash my brush so I don't make a big mess. Add a little bit of this, because this is just a little bit darker. Lovely. Let's get a bit of tissue in this. Just wipe a little bit of this off. Lovely. Okay, so our nice little, won't be that dark because I haven't taken this off yet, so let's just take that off. I don't want to put this on because if I'm going to make it wet again, I don't want it to soak into the birdie bits. So that looks really pretty, doesn't it? What I do need, I need a little bit, so just so it comes a little bit darker at the end of it, I think. Lovely. Okay, perfect. So I've got a stencil here. Now this has got lots of little circles on it. It's one that's sort of like supposed to stick down. But let's see how that works. Just wanted to have a few, just a bit of a peacock feather. Let's see how this goes on. Yeah. Okay. That one on. What does that come out look like? Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Perfect colour match. Now I need some up it to the top, so let's take our little birds off. Pop this down. Not the easiest stencil to use on here. It's probably better on paper. There we go. It should be enough. Oops, we don't want that piece. That looks nice, doesn't it? That looks really nice. Now I want to keep it quite pale. Although saying that, I'm going to go along here a little bit with a bit of, what shall I go in there with? A little bit of the brown, just to pick up these bits of paper under there, just the bits of texture that I've got. I'm going to use just a bit of the matte medium in there. That's nice, isn't it? Should we do a bit down here? I'm going to try not to go in there with my black Stabilo pencil because I think this doesn't need it. I think it just needs the lighter of them, which is the browner. Shall we go on this bit a little bit? Okay, I'm just washing my brush. I'm going to go in here with a little bit of this pink. Just gives it a little hint of pink in there, which I think looks really nice. Maybe we will draw a few little flowers in there. Okay, let's have a look. What else shall we do? Let me just quickly dry that. Okay, that's nice. I do like that. Just need to go just around the edge. What should we go around with? What colour? We might just add a little bit of this blue down here. Dark along this bit. Let me just turn that around. I'm going to add a little bit of the pink just to the top piece here. Okay, there we go. Now I do like that, so shall we stick this on? Do you think I should have popped it down the edge? No, maybe not. It's a bit late now, but I think that looks really pretty, doesn't it? But I think we need something else on here. I'm going to, what's this one? The burnt umber. Just need a little flick of colour. Little flick of just some little dots on there. Just go round just some of these here as well. Just so it's a little bit darker in between these little circles. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? And here we go. Okay. There we go. I quite like that. I'm going to quickly dry that. Lovely. Then we'll pop our little bird on and then we'll try and just blend him in just a little bit. Maybe I will do that now. Shall we blend it in? What should we blend him in with? No, I think I might just stick him on. Let's just get some matte medium on here. Okay. Oops. Pop him down just gently. Just pull this down and just pop a little bit of more under there. There we go. Nice and gently so we don't rip the napkin. Lovely, that looks nice, doesn't it? Okay, I'm just going to quickly dry it and then I can try and sort of like blend that in just a little bit. Okay, lovely. Let's have a look. Let's go in with, what did we have? And just put a little bit of this just down here. Gonna blend that in with some matte medium, I think. There we go. It's okay, but I need something else. What else do I need? Let's try a little bit of the white ink on here. Let me get a little pot. Where's my little pots? Let's pop some ink in here. Oops. I'm going to just quickly dry this area. Let's go in there. I just want to sort of blend this in a little bit, I think. Okay, so we've got a little bit of white down there. There's a little bit of ink, which I think looks okay. Could have probably done it with a little bit of gesso, but I think that would have been a bit too sort of thick, I think. Okay, let me quickly dry that. Lovely. Now what I need to do, let's have a look. Let's just go in with a little bit of green. We need a bit of yellow to go with the birds. Just add a little bit of water to that. Oh, I quite like that coming down there. Not sure about this green. I think I need a little bit of this. Okay, right, I'm going to do a few little flowers now, so let me just quickly dry that a little bit. I'm going to go in, is that dry? Yeah, just a little bit of these, just so they sort of come down like that. Where's my little brush? Don't want it to be too dark. And we can go in with our lovely little bit of ink here. Might need to be a little bit darker. Let's see. I add a little bit of gesso to this. Let's just splodge a bit on there, look. That's better. Just need something just a little bit thicker on there. Where's my crayon gone? And tiny little bits here. There we go. I'm going to go in with a little bit on here as well, just to sort of blend these with a bit of the same colour. Now this is dry, you can paint over the top of it because it's got the matte medium, so hopefully it won't go all funny on me. Okay, add a little of this pink to them. And it looks sort of like they're painted then, doesn't it? Oh, so pretty. I do like that. Now we need a little bit of sort of yellow in them, don't we? Let's have a little bit of yellow and orange. A bit of orange and yellow. Love them. Okay, what other colour shall we pop in there? Maybe we'll go for, so we need a little bit of, I think it needs a bit darker in there. There we go. Of the same green in there. Oops, wrong colour. Let's just get rid of that. Okay. I like this. I think it looks really lovely. Look what I've just done. Dumped all my pencils in there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Where's my little... There we go. Just go in here. Okay, so what shall we do? Should I leave it like that, or should I just add a little bit more? Let's see. I just add just a little bit more white on there, I think. Just these little flowers. Love it. Let's just wash my brush. I think that's not looking too bad, is it? Should we go in a little bit? Just try and blend this in a little bit. So a little bit of the blue, which I'm liking here. Lovely. Let's go. Not that you can really see that, but just so it looks, oops. There we go. A bit more sort of painted in there, isn't it? Lovely. That dry. Let me quickly dry that again. I am loving this. I think it looks really, really nice and not too dark. Just a little bit. Okay, sorry, I just had to change my battery on there. I hope it didn't go off for too long. I didn't hear it, it just made a funny noise like it does. Okay, shall we pop a little bit? Shall we dare go in and go in? I don't want the green, I want this lovely turquoise. I'm going to pop a little bit just in here, just down there, like that. Oops. Bit of water on here. That lovely colour. Actually, that could probably go down along this edge bit, couldn't it? Take a little bit of that off. I think it's a little bit too much. Lovely. Oh, I like that blue. That looks really nice. I'm going to add a tiny bit up here. Nice. Let's just blend that a little bit better. Love it. I'm going to have to just do a tiny bit. Let me just turn this round. I'm going to have to bust pop a tiny bit up here. Just like that. Turn it back. Love that. I think that looks really nice. Okay, I'm going to just put a tiny bit of gesso on here. Just to sort of just a little bit. I don't want to put too much on here because I don't want to add too much, but I think it just needs just a little bit on there. Okay, I do like that. I'm going to get my little Posca pen out if this one is going to work. Let me give it a big shake. I have one and it's very temperamental, this one. Yes, it doesn't want to work. Where's my little case? Here we go. This one works. Want to just define these just a little bit. There we go. Lovely. Should we go a little bit in these ones, I think. Just so it sort of matches. Lovely. And I think this looks really pretty, doesn't it? Little spotty bits around here. Lovely. Okay, shall I stop now? And I think that looks really pretty. I don't really want to do too much around this one. Just do a little bit. Around some of these. Oh, like little bubbles. Lovely. Let's see, do these just a little bit. There we go. I think I will leave it there now because I think that looks really nice. So there we go, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I enjoyed doing that one. It's really nice to just experiment, really, isn't it? And I'm loving it. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Stay safe and I will see you soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.